Good morning. I am Christina Judd. I am the PR Director for Salt Lake City Police Department. Thank you for being here today. Pursuant to the Mayor's Executive Order signed October 17th, 2017, we will be making public body-worn camera footage. In a few moments, Captain Kendrick will do a brief walkthrough of the officer-involved shooting that occurred on Saturday, November 3rd on 3300 South. As a reminder, this is an open and active investigation by Unified Police Department per the OICI protocol. Captain Kendrick will not be available for questions afterward. All of the facts that we have will be presented today. All comments are on the record and attributable to Captain Kendrick. Please silence the ringers on your electronic devices at this time, and I'll turn the time over to Captain Kendrick.
Thank you for being here. I'm Captain Jeff Kendrick. That is Jeffkendrick. I'm the Division Commander for the Liberty Patrol Division for the Salt Lake City Police Department. The Liberty Patrol Division is one of two patrol divisions for the Salt Lake City Police Department under the Operations Bureau. Within the division, we house patrol officers and the Field Training Officer program. I'm here to provide an update on the officer-involved critical incident that occurred on Saturday, November 3rd. In this incident, an officer was en route to a call when he ran a license plate which was registered to a man who was wanted for an active felony warrant for aggravated sexual abuse of a child. This incident is the Salt Lake City Police Department's third OICI protocol activation for 2018 and the second non-fatal. At this time last year, we had 3 OICIs. These are the facts as we know them today. On this date, an officer was in the area of 3300 South, 1100 East on a vandalism call when he ran a license plate. Often officers run plates while en route to calls or stopped at lights to check registration, insurance, and look for stolen vehicles. Running plates is one form of proactive police work that is part of the normal daily routine for officers. At 2:09 p.m., the officer ran the plate of a vehicle. After running the plate, the officer discovered the registered owner, Robert C. Ortega, was wanted for a Board of Pardons warrant for a first-degree felony for aggravated sexual abuse of a child. This means Ortega was released from prison on parole by the Board of Pardons and violated his parole, resulting in the warrant. The suspect was identified as Robert Ortega, 36. Ortega's criminal history includes convictions for violation of probation or parole, aggravated sexual abuse of a child, assault, domestic violence, theft, and possession of drug paraphernalia. To date this year, Salt Lake City PD has arrested 3,802 people with 1 or more warrants. The video begins with the officers following Ortega into the chevron and approaching him, activating his body camera. The two exchange dialogue, and then Ortega exits the chevron as it appears the officer attempts to take him into custody. The officer deploys his taser, which appeared to have little to no effect on Ortega. Over the course of less than 2 minutes, the officer gave commands to Ortega and made attempts to take him into custody and prevent him from fleeing in his vehicle. At 2:13 p.m., the officer requests immediate backup to the chevron. At 2:15 p.m., the officer calls shots fired over the radio as well as the direction the fleeing vehicle was headed. These still shots taken from the video will show how quickly the officer responded in this situation. You can see the timer on this photo shows that it is 1 minute and 53 seconds into the video. You can see the officer's right hand on the car door frame. The next 3 photos show the officer just outside the car, but his hands are not visible. The first 2 photos show 1 minute and 53 seconds, and the third shows 1 minute and 54 seconds. The next 5 still shots all take place within the next 1 second of the video. In this photo, you can see the reflection of the officer in the car window, and his right hand appears to be on his gun. In this photo, you can again see the officer's right hand on his gun in the area of his holster in the reflection on the car window. In this photo, you see the officer's reflection, but it is not clear what else is happening. In this photo, you see the officer's gun is outside the holster and pointing in the general direction of the suspect. In this photo, you can again see the officer's gun is out and pointing in the area of the suspect, and the car door is closing. The picture is still within a 1-second period. In this photo, you can see the vehicle fleeing the parking lot and the door is closed. The officer's weapon is no longer visible, and it is not visible again in the video. This shows again how quickly this transpired and how long the officer had to react. The footage you will now see has a 30-second buffer into the audio at the beginning of the clip. The type of camera we use offers the ability for the clip to retrieve the 30 seconds of video prior to when the camera is activated, and the lag in audio is due to this. You will now see the body-worn camera footage from the officer. If you are carrying this press conference live, it should be noted that the video does contain explicit language.
One expedite me back to Chevron at Brickyard Road. You want to get fucking shot? No, man, I don't. Back up, please. Come on. Please don't break my car. Please don't break my car. I'm gonna beat your fucking face. No, I'm not doing anything. Ah! 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 Oh, go! 261 expedite me back. Echo 388 Tango Whiskey. He's going west. He's going north on 1100 East. Got a felony, one warrant. Robin Ortega, 102382. Shots fired.
Ortega fled from the Chevron and was apprehended by the Unified Police Department, on Monday, November 5th, and booked into jail. In this incident, one officer fired at least one shot, and the suspect was not struck. The officer was wearing the standard Salt Lake City Police Department uniform and was driving a marked police vehicle. The officer was carrying a 9mm Glock, and his statements of the incident are part of the investigation. We want to remind you that this is an active and open investigation being conducted by the Unified Police Department and District Attorney's Office, the city's Civilian Review Board, and our own internal affairs will also conduct parallel, separate investigations. Again, these are the facts as we know them today. Thank you for coming.
So if you have not done so already, please remember to grandma request the video. Our grandma coordinator will have that ready to come to you. And we would like to also remind you that all of the evidence in this case is restricted and in the custody of Unified Police Department. There won't be any other further updates from us at this time. Thank you.